I love the band's look and image. I think it's such a perfect representation of the music. Um, what do you pull from in terms of inspirations for your look? Because like I some of it reminds me of Phantom of the Paradise, that movie,
Yeah,
and other places in pop culture. What do you pull from for inspiration?
it's of course it's a mix and match there too. I love Phantom of the Paradise, so of course
Awesome.
it's we had it basically for inspiration to the second mask we had for along with some other, yeah, maybe the Batman head that laughs and
That's
but
awesome.
yeah, but yeah, Hellraiser and Terminator, along with some maybe Ghost. But yeah, second era.
Yes. It,
Try to
it
just, yeah,
it's a great like I said earlier, it's just such a good, honestly, even more than Ghost, I feel at this point, just such a
yeah, me
good
too.
representation of the sound. You know, it's like you see the band and then you hear the music and you're like, oh, that makes sense. That tracks.
Thanks, man. I
Um,
appreciate it. I think so too. I try to expand on what I didn't like. I still think the era, Ghost era 2, of course, because I was playing bass at that era.
mhm.
Um, when I played at that time, I thought this is the coolest looking band in the world at the moment. I really thought that. Uh, Now, not so much, but
Unfortunately, yeah.
yeah, but I just try to make it look slimmer and cooler and more leather, and I also what I learned in Ghost was to maybe have the contrast, the visual style could contradict the music, because everybody who saw the pictures of Ghost at the time, or vice versa, heard the music and then saw the pictures or the band photos. Which in my case, because I heard the Ghost demos or the Ghost uh, music way before they had a visual concept photographed. When I saw the concept, I was like, "Whoa, okay." So, uh, so it was like that. And that was a exciting, I thought. So I just continued on that, but we still have the heavier stuff that goes super good with the image, but we still also have some lighter, poppier stuff that might not like that's not what you expect. And I think that to have all that mixed together, I think, and if you have a good visual concept, I said this before, I say it again, it's it's act like a glue, like something that you can do gothy dark stuff, and you can also do pretty poppy stuff, happier stuff, and it's because of your image, it all fits together, like Robert Smith in The Cure, basically. If you
Yeah.
see the lipstick and the hair, it doesn't matter if they do 3 minute pop song in major scales or 8 minute goth tracks. It still works. But I think he acts as the glue that glues it all together. And if you have a strong visual concept, I think you can get away with more diverse music in your repertoire, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, when I first saw what Ghost was looked like, I thought it would sound like Behemoth or like Merciful Fate or
Yeah,
something, you know.
that sounded a little bit like Merciful Fate at some in the beginning, but
On the first record a little bit. Yeah, yeah, totally. Now with Priest, you guys have a lot of themes about humanity merging with technology. Um, what
yeah,
interests you about this concept of man merging with machine?
it's a concept. It's I love cyberpunk. I love like Blade Runner, and all the pop culture surrounding that way of thinking, and that's of course what I and many others grew up with in the 80s, and RoboCop and stuff like that. When you're a kid, you can't forget that shit. You want to continue. You don't want the party to stop.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
totally, man.
yeah. So, but then if you go a little bit deeper, philosophical, you can also ask questions about eternal life, or the future of humanity, or are we gonna stay human, or are we gonna be post-humans merging with technology? Is that the way we're gonna go, or is technology something we always gonna be like? I think we're gonna merge together. We already are basically going that way, but it's um, it's a good platform to get inspiration from. Actually, you can go many ways. You can go into simulation theory. And then you suddenly opens up questions for religion in technology, and
Yeah.
you can go different ways with it, and it's still exciting to me to actually explore some themes in it. We do that, but we also take in human experiences, quote unquote, our own experiences into the material as well. So try to find a good blend of it, and make it exciting for a listener to get into. And I also try to write the lyrics not too on the nose, maybe not explain too much, to make them more generic for people to interpret in their own ways. And also always trying to not make it too, common, the things you heard before, always, the same old love song over and over. I try to get something in the mix in there to make it stand out a little bit from the average songs, and having a platform like that, like the merging with machines or whatever, cyberpunk, that already gets the answer to that. So you can write a love song, but if you implement those factors from that platform, it's gonna be something can happen with the lyrics or the concept. So it's a fun way to exploring, but it's for Priest. I will probably continue doing other music at the side, but that will be completely different, and maybe not have anything with technology or merging with machines to do at all. But in Priest, that's the concept, and gonna stick with it, and it's exciting. I think it's very exciting because it's about our future.
Yeah, it's such a cool concept. Do you see humanity fully being digitized at some point in its
If we
evolution?
if we aren't already, yeah, maybe yes. I mean, eh, if do you think that at some point in the future, like future, anytime in the future, we're going to be able to replicate real life digitally? Yeah,
Yeah, if we evolve enough without killing each other,
yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like, and we might be talking millions, not even millions,
Maybe millions,
maybe.
and if that is the case, that we at some point in the future will maybe do that, then the chance of us living in real reality, based reality, is very small. But that's just an argument for the believers in the simulation theory.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but I don't know. We're starting to get, at least in digital images, we're starting to get very close to reality, at least to depicting reality on a
Yeah.
screen. It's very, very close with the new Unreal Engine and everything. So it's just a matter of years before we can't see the difference at a screen, at least. So but that's just one thing. And then to replicate a 3D environment for real, with all the parameters and quantum physics and everything that's going on, it's going to be probably very, very, very hard. Take very high amount of computer CPU.